Hey guys, have you guys been wondering why people have issues with setting goals, their priorities, and managing their time? Well, today we're going to be talking about the causes and the solutions. And if you are new to my channel, you notice that we have a guest today, and my name is OJ, by the way, if you don't know me, and his name is
Samuel JR.
And I'll be talking about the causes, I'll be dealing about the solutions, giving out solutions to the problem. One causes is of why people don't know how to set their priorities right is like they lack clear goals and direction. People don't know how to set their goals and their priorities. They don't have a goal, they don't have a direction. They are not focused. They are not kind of focused in life on what they want. And number two causes that we're talking about is poor time management. A lot of like the youth and the young adults, we don't know how to manage our time properly. We procrastinate a lot of things instead of like doing things that we are supposed to do that are very important. We procrastinate them to like the deadlines, to the last minute preparation, which doesn't really help us prioritize our time well. And the next one is that people lack accountability and motivation. People are not accountable. Like accountable in a what sense? People do, like when you go out and when you are coming back and you reflecting on how your day went, people don't really do that because they don't set goals for themselves and they don't know what they are going to do tomorrow. So they lack accountability and motivation, the zeal to continue to focus on the next day, the zeal to focus and do the next task, to achieve the next task for the next day. And the last reasons and causes is unrealistic expectation and over commitment. People lack unrealistic development, unrealistic, and they have this overconfidence, over commitment. They are into so many things. They set unrealistic goals for themselves instead of goals that they can achieve. They are not really that smart. And over to Osama JR on the solutions.
Okay, so for the solutions, and on the side, he mentioned the causes, and he mentioned about four. One was issue with setting goals. The second was issue with time management, and the third was issue with accountability. So my solutions are going to be basically provided based on each of the causes he stated. So the first one would be having or setting specific or a SMART goal. So basically, if I would say, okay, set a SMART goal or things like that, I would say try out, maybe know what you want to have. Okay, so a lot of people now, they don't really know if they want a goal, or they're just like they wake up every day and like whatever comes, that's what they do. And one exercise I learned over maybe as I've been learning is A to B exercise. So A in that exercise is where you are now, and B is where you want to get to, so which is like your desired state. So with that, you can be, maybe one of your B's can be maybe one day your passive income is greater than your living expenses. So that's like a future goal. But what this helps you to do is that it helps you identify that this is the big goal I have. Then having a SMART goal now comes to breaking that goal down. Okay, SMART goal can be, let's say, what are like the steps, basically helping you break down the steps I can take in order to achieve this big goal. So SMART meaning that your goal has to be specific, because if nothing is specific, there's no how you can achieve something that is just general. It's a bit hard. So you have to know what you want to get what you want. Then you have measurable. So you're measurable in the sense that you have to keep yourself accountable with a time, or like kind of how in the next 2 years, in the next 1 month, kind of gives you that accountability. Then you have A is attainable. Okay, you mentioned something about having overwhelming goals. Can you actually achieve that goal, or is it you just living in dreamland? Then you have R, which is realistic. Basically kind of says the same thing. Realistic, okay, is it something realistic enough for you to achieve? And the last one being time management, which is having, okay, I want to achieve this in 5 years. So basically having that time allocation for yourself so you can work towards it, because if you don't have a time, you can just decide that throughout your life you can just be achieving one goal because you didn't have a time time frame or time yet for it. And the second, he mentioned having issues with time management. Okay, so time management, I would say it kind of comes from like a lack of priorities. So a lot of us wake up during the day, we don't know what we are doing for that day, but we just do whatever comes to us. And one thing I've learned is that we have to be more proactive rather than reactive. So what do I mean? Proactive meaning that a lot of us can try to plan or view your day, the next day, the day before. Okay, so that's one thing I try to do, and that's kind of why I brought this. So for example, this is like a to-do list. So what I do with this is that a night before, I write down the things I need to do. Sometimes I write it according to how I'm going to get them done. Well, it just depends on the day. And sometimes, like major events, I use the calendar. So basically that helps you, let's say with your mind, to kind of view what is going to happen the next day. You are more proactive. So in cases where, let's say, your friend just comes and says, let's go for this, you already have what you need to do. But if you didn't have any of those, you are like, okay, fine, let's go. And then you get to the end of the day and start regretting not accomplishing or doing whatever you were meant to do. And also, you also mentioned accountability. So this is one that feel a lot of people suffer with, and I would say this has to do with your peer group or the people you have around you. So these are people that help you, stay committed to these things, because a lot of times we things happen. Okay, in this life things happen. So your friends kind of help you keep accountable. So let's say you are doing something wrong, you have a friend that can step up and tell you, you're not meant to be doing this is what you're meant to be doing. Those are the friends you need to surround yourself with, so you're able to keep yourself accountable. Or you might not want to use friends, you might have maybe an app, or you might even challenge yourself too. Okay, maybe
have a mentor that will mentor you every day, that will tell you this is how you should do in case you mess up, and you're also giving him feedback of how your day went.
Yeah, and also setting consequences. If I don't achieve this is what I have to do. Maybe a random one can be, let's say, if you don't achieve a goal, that's something you hate. Let's say you hate eating, I don't know, whatever, let's say salad, you hate eating salad. Your goal or the consequence can be you have to eat something like that. So that's just a random example. You can use whatever you like, but make sure it's something that suits you. What works for me might not necessarily work for you. So yeah.
So in conclusion, I want you guys to be realistic, to be smart, to be set specific, realistic accountability, accurate and time management goals for yourself, to be able to balance your priorities right, to be able to know what you want for your life. And also you also need to be motivated, because if you are not motivated, you are not going to be able to, you are going to be tired, you are not going to have any reason for balancing your priorities. You are not going to be motivated, you are not going to have that zeal for the next day, for waking up the next day. So thank you very much. We'll see you some other time. Bye.
Done.